In the final part of this US road trip, I travel from Death Valley to the Valley of Fire State Park. During these few days, I experienced some unusually wet weather for this area, which provided some unique opportunities that I was able to capture with the camera. And of course, how can I come all this way and not pay a quick visit to Sin City? Alright, good morning everyone, and as you can see I've got my rain jacket on because it is raining. Unbelievably, in Death Valley, one of the driest places in North America. I thought coming here from the UK I was escaping the rain, but it appears I've brought it with me. The good thing about the rain is it totally changes the landscape and feel of this area, and it really brings out the colours in the rocks. So I've come to a place called Artist's Palette, which is a beautiful array of different colours. The colours actually come from volcanic deposits that are rich in compounds such as iron oxide and chlorite, which creates a beautiful rainbow effect. So just driving around this morning, the landscape totally changes with the rain. I was thinking earlier, it sort of feels like I'm back in Iceland in a way. Just the feel of it, the atmosphere, the mountains. It's just absolutely incredible. I'm back at the Lake Manly, and there's not a single ripple on the water. It's beautiful. There's lots of clouds that sort of linger on the surrounding mountains, and I can see way up in the mountains there's a little sprinkle of snow. I can't help but think these are pretty unique conditions. I've got to say, I've never seen anything like this. It's just so unique. As I'm looking at the images on the back of the camera, I kind of have to remind myself that what I'm looking at, because it just doesn't look real. So I'm just stopping off at the roadside every couple of miles just to admire, take photos of these wonderful clouds rolling through the mountains, and they're so colourful. I then made a few more stops during the day. I then eventually headed back to the Mesquite Dunes in the hope of a nice sunset. Alright, so this morning is my last visit into the park, and yeah, a bit of a grey, overcast one. A bit of a shame, but I think it would be hard to beat the first sunrise I had here. So yeah, I suppose I've just been reflecting on what has been a really incredible trip so far. Still got a couple of days left, but yeah, I think Death Valley has been amazing. The Alabama Hills were better than expected. Definitely fulfilled all my expectations, and definitely got some shots that I really wanted to get when I was here, so really pleased. I think the time I've spent in Death Valley has kind of enabled me to see all of the main sites, but also, you know, explore myself and find some lesser known areas, which I really enjoyed. But I think if you just want to see the main sites, probably a couple of days is enough.
Shortly after, I hit the road and headed towards the Valley of Fire State Park.
Alright, so after a couple of hours of driving, I've arrived in the Valley of Fire State Park, and it looks absolutely incredible. Just as I was driving in, just the colour of the rock just looks so amazing. The weather, not so incredible, a little bit drizzly and overcast. I guess the good thing is it really brings out the colour of the rock. A lot of the pictures I've seen of the Valley of Fire is the rock is it's almost like a pastel pink colour, whereas yeah, at the moment it seems like a really dark red, which is yeah, really nice. And then the plan for tonight is, because where I'm staying is only about half an hour from Vegas, so I might pop in to see what it's like, have a bit of a feel and a taste of Vegas. Not that it's my kind of place, but I think it'll be a good experience nonetheless. As much as I loved Death Valley, it can get a bit samey, so it's kind of nice to throw in a bit of variation and just have a different landscape to explore. So just been walking along the Fire Trail and the White Dome Trail, and yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just love all the different colours, textures of the rock. Just been walking along the path with the camera, just taking some abstract images. So as you can see, the conditions haven't got any better, and I'm gonna have to call the day short, I think. I didn't think I'd have to cut a day short because of rain on this trip, to be honest.
I then freshened up at the hotel and then headed into Vegas.
So I've arrived in the centre of Vegas, and pretty painless getting in, to be honest. I was surprised. For those interested, I parked at the Treasure Island car park, which is free.
Before the trip, I was sort of in two minds about visiting Vegas, to be honest, as it's not really my sort of place and I just wanted to maximise my time elsewhere. But I'm glad I made the effort actually, as yeah, it's such a unique place and certainly better than I thought it would be. Whether I'd like to stay there more than one night is another question. And yeah, I didn't really have a plan of where to go, so I just sort of wandered through the endless hotels and casinos. I even saw the fountains, which was pretty cool.
Right, good morning everyone. Last day in the States. A little bit brighter today. I think it is going to get better as the day progresses, and I'm hoping for a good sunset. So I think the mission for today is to find a good spot I can go to. But yeah, it rained all last night. It'd be interesting to see what this area is like. Well, this is interesting. The canyon that you can walk through is like partially flooded. I had to sort of walk up and around to get to the other side, but yeah, it's kind of washed away all of the footprints that there were yesterday, and it's created these lovely sort of leading lines and patterns in the sand. Yeah, I can't imagine this happens very often. And the sun is coming out as well. Day is starting to look quite good. So yeah, got some pretty good shots in that slot canyon, I think. Can't imagine many photographers get a chance to photograph that canyon after a heavy night of rain without any footprints. So yeah, feeling pretty lucky today. Oh wow, getting some beautiful light this evening. Just come to a random viewpoint and I'm just watching the clouds gently roll over. The sun is kind of shining on different parts of the scene. Yeah, it just looks epic. Just been sat here for half an hour, I suppose, and just kind of watching the light change. I found this really cool kind of swirly, wavy leading line, and it kind of points towards a peak in the back there. Really nice light. Got some sort of dark, moody clouds left over from those rain showers yesterday, and a bit of blue sky, which is always nice. But yeah, really beautiful evening. Great way to end the trip. So the sun is just about to set, and it's been a brilliant end to a brilliant trip.
And that wraps up the final part of this US adventure. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.